you happening now? There we go.
Perfect, thank you.
Everyone, mind your P's and Q's, okay? We've been recorded. But, again, thank you for your time. I thought what I'd do, and I know we had a bit of a chat beforehand, is provide just a bit of an overview of Clade, the company I work with, and SCRIM, which is the OH&S system that we'd be looking at. If that's okay, do a bit of a share screen just as a quick intro to that, and then we can just sort of go into the application.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, now hopefully you can see point there with blue screen.
Yep.
Yeah, I promise I won't do death by PowerPoint. So I thought it'd be just good to, as an introduction, say, oh, what's Clade, what's SCRIM? Obviously, those that haven't sort of embarked, because obviously, Andy, you saw us on their website, is that right? Just stumble upon this.
Yes.
Way.
Yeah, I did.
Investigating certain things, for sure. Sure. Now, we were part of the OH&S event here in Melbourne. I'm actually based in Melbourne, 2-3 weeks ago now, and there's a lot of interest in OH&S space. There's no shortage of, I guess, vendors and solutions in the space because it's just a compliant need that's required. It's not sexy, it's not great, but it is something that is do need it to, I guess, to manage incidences and, more importantly, I guess, just find out where they're all occurring and how we can best rectify them. And that's really the purpose of SCRIM and indeed applications like SCRIM. But what we'll cover in the session, I couldn't get hold of my SCRIM expert, Gabrielle, this morning. So what I'm going to do is just provide a bit of a high level. You should get a pretty good idea of what SCRIM's all about. And if need be, we can deep dive a bit further on, especially if it's IT, behind the scenes, under the hood type of things. Gabrielle's the man for that discussion, but happy to just see where I can go and give you that high level. So that'd be SCRIM is based on Dynamics, which is a Microsoft business application, which you may or may not be familiar with. I'll just give you a bit of an overview of how that all fits in. But it's a platform. It's not an application. It's not like you just install it and then bang, see you later, it's away. It's actually a business platform solution that integrates with a lot of different systems within the organization. So you've just got that one point of call as far as data entry, which is very important and a very easy method to input data from the front end. We'll go over why SCRIM, why it's different to perhaps others that you might be looking at, and just a bit of a deep dive, a high-level demo as well. Just a little bit about Clade. As mentioned, the solution, SCRIM, is based on Microsoft. Clade's been around, this is our 10th year actually, and in that 10 years, we've grown quite considerably, especially over the COVID period. Businesses, organisations, not just with SCRIM or OH&S, but we have a number of other business applications on the platform. And it's all about, I guess, getting better at engaging people with internet-based services and so forth. And that's where our capabilities have really driven in that space. With in the middle here with Dynamics, a Power Platform, which we'll get a little bit into where that fits in. I promise I won't be too geeky on all this, okay? So, but basically, it's probably important to know where the technology landscape lies. Things like Office 365, which I'm imagining you guys are using, Outlook and those sort of good things. Are you guys using Teams internally with the communications within the organisation?
Yeah. So we do use Teams and we do use all the Microsoft stuff as Word and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we do that.
Brilliant. Yeah, because it's a good thing because it's all integrated. And you'll see in the demo, you'll see, oh, there's Teams in there. Okay, cool. You can actually collaborate within Teams with the OH&S system. So that's, I guess, the reasons why Clade decided to be a Microsoft partner about 10 years ago, because it works in with what people work with, right? It's not sort of, let's introduce something new. You've got to install it. You've got to log into this other thing while you're logging into it. It's just painful. So once you're logged into your computer, you're logged into everything that you are allowed to see. Just a quick scan of this particular slide. In 2021 last year, we were a part of the AFR Financial Review Fast 100. I think we're 52. And in that time, we were acquired by a company called Brendan IT that you've probably never heard of. But they're one of the biggest managed service providers in the cloud for Microsoft products, which is pretty cool because with our offerings, SCRIM is, we'll call that an application if you like, but outside of that, if you're needing things like SharePoint or Modern Workplace, all those sort of things, we end to end, we've got the capabilities to provide those sort of solutions for you, which is pretty awesome. With national coverage, we one of our main hubs is in Brizzy. Our head office is in Sydney. I'm actually based in Melbourne, and we're in the NT as well, so we cover a fair chunk of Australia. We do have customers in all states. You'll see that further on. Someone's just popped in. So and also in New Zealand as well with SCRIM solution. To the next slide. Go. Just a quick overcap now. Unfortunately, is Graham the IT guy? Is he?
Yes. Yeah, he is.
Okay. He will look at this and say, "Oh yeah, I know all this, but that's all fine." Just for sakes of purposes, that little area there that I've covered in the red sort of marquee there, that's the Power Platform. This is all based on Microsoft Power Platform. It's actually a Power App, which is that little purple little triangle that you can see in there, which is important to note because the SCRIM solution isn't something that we've just invented. It's actually based on the Microsoft platform, which is Power Apps. It utilizes things like your Power BI, which you may be familiar with as well, and all those really good intelligence type tools that are available to you using the Microsoft Azure, which is really awesome because we're not reinventing the wheel, we're just repurposing it for this particular use case, which is OH&S. We've done other applications using this same platform for other situations. The other one is CAMS that we've got as another product. It's for membership management or association management. Very similar format. Everything is integrated. That bottom layer is Azure there. That's the database layer. There's only one database, but many ways that you can actually access it, which is pretty cool, pretty important. So it really provides that layer that can then integrate with other things, perhaps your HR, perhaps your finance, and other things that are not on this particular platform. It does integrate very well with this Microsoft stack. Microsoft actually planned that for the last 20, 25 years. That's been their vision for a long, long time. So we're in at a good point. It's sort of come to fruition for that. But why SCRIM? As I mentioned at the OH&S event in Melbourne, I kind of asked curious questions about, what are you doing here? What are you hoping to find? And obviously SCRIM's been around for about 9 years. It's evolved over that time. The technologies are updated and advanced, and now we're on the Power Platform, which is really cool. But fundamentally, the workflows within there have evolved with our customers coming on board and saying, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could do this, this, and this? Or our obligations have changed. We need to report on so and so. So we've actually adapted. And with SCRIM, you get the benefits of all that as well. So over that time, number one is, we're using paper-based, or people have got to download a PDF, or people have got to download a Word doc, fill it in, either print it out or just submit it. That's kind of the bulk of the people I spoke to are still utilizing these sort of systems. And I don't recall, is you're sort of in a bit of a hybrid, you're using Word-based, is that right? Or
Yeah, so we're very much quite paper-based. We use CIA to kind of capture our data, but it's very much just the safety team. So we are populating that platform. We haven't rolled it out to anywhere just because of